Alrighty, boys and girls, I think we're gonna do a little bit of an unboxing today. I said I've been waiting on parts for a little bit, and I finally got a whole bunch of stuff. Like most of this all showed up at the same time, so that's kind of exciting. One of them is a BTR box. I'm guessing you can probably assume what's in there. We'll start with this one. Alright, so this one's a little bit interesting. Some of you guys probably know what this is already, because I think some of you guys are using them. And it's actually one of these big boys. So that's what I'm going to be going with for a fuel filter. This is a microglass media filter. This is good for E85. I forget what the exact specs are on this thing, but it's like 5 micron and good for like 25 gallons per minute or something. I forget the exact specs. Yeah, 25 gallons per minute. That was a pretty good guess. Decent filter. These things are easy screw on, screw off, just like an oil filter, and this is like 35 bucks or 40 bucks. So I don't normally run fuel filters on stuff, so I'm gonna do that this time. I did have like a 10 AN fuel filter that I bought for the Escalade when I had that, and I never put it on because the fittings on it were really small and I didn't feel like drilling them out, so I just never put it on. But the owner of the Escalade, the new owner, shortly after he got it home, started having issues with it misfiring, and he ended up getting the injectors clean. The injectors were dirty, and I'm thinking it was just stuff that was like junk left in the fuel system. Because when you cut the AN lines, you can get like little dust and stuff that's in there. So he got the injectors clean, put a new filter on. He actually put a filter just like this one on there, similar type, and it's been working well since then. So I'm guessing it was just from cutting the lines and not having a filter on. All right, so this box and this box kind of go together. A bag of bolts. Yay! But this is from Holley. This is from Holley. So this is actually the one I was waiting on for like 2 months now. So what this is the Holley mid-mount water pump manifold. So if you're not familiar with this, it has like a Corvette style water pump that goes in there. Tensioner goes here, AC compressor, alternator, power steering, all that stuff bolts right to this. So this mid-mount kit is actually kind of expensive, but I have a video coming out on this one. I built a spreadsheet and basically bought all of the parts individually. So I think I talked about that a little bit before. I had someone in the comment refer me to another video where a guy did the same thing. So I used that idea and ended up saving about $900 on buying this kit. So that might be the next video actually, because I'm kind of excited to get that one out. And a camshaft. So this is a BTR Stage 2 twin turbo camshaft. I'm not going with the Stage 3 this time because I'm going with the like TBS S style intake. I'm not going to do a high ram. I'm not going to do one of the fancy intakes, I don't think. So I don't plan to try to rev the engine as high. My plan with this one is just to keep it basically, just to rev it high enough to where my shift drop stays above that 5,800, 6,000 range. Don't really plan to do the whole low torque, high RPM deal on this one. So I did have a sloppy Stage 2 cam in there before, and that worked very well with these turbos. Everything spooled really well with the cam turbo converter combo that I had. I didn't have any issues with spooling, and it has a sticker. So I just thought of something. This one, the cam was from a YouTuber. This one is from a YouTuber, and this one is from a YouTuber also. So the cam I got from Jack Roberts at Squirrel Tuned. He's actually a dealer for BTR and Hughes Performance. He's also a stock bottom end 4.8 world record holder, so he's got a lot of good stuff on his channel for that. Squirrel Tune, check him out. I'm sure everybody probably knows who that is though. People probably know him more than me because he's actually doing cool stuff, and I'm just like opening up boxes and have a truck that doesn't run. This box is actually from Brooks at Brooks Garage. It was DIY Garage TX, and now he just changed his name to Brooks Garage. He knew that I needed an intake, and he said he had this guy sitting around, so he never used it, so he just sent it to me. So thank you, Brooks. I really appreciate that. That should help me get this done a lot faster now. Well, one, because I have an intake, and two, I can finish up the intercooler piping. So I was kind of like debating back and forth on what I was gonna do for an intake, and that was one of my possible options. And he was like, hey, I have this one, it's just been sitting here for like a couple of years, and he wasn't using it, so he sent it over. So yeah, that's awesome. Now I'll be able to start working on the intercooler stuff and finish up the cold side. So Brooks Garage, go check him out. He also has a very fast Fox body that's very, very nice. He's got a couple of other pretty cool projects over there too. He's also one of the people that has helped me out a lot with my welding and stuff on the project. So if you've been watching the channel and you've seen my progression in welding has gotten better over time, a lot of that is because of the conversations that I've had with him and him giving me tips on what to do with stuff with welding. So there's a lot of good like welding fabrication type stuff on his channel too. Some of you guys might know by the shape of the box what these are, or if you've actually been watching this person's channel, you might know what these are. So these are from Jeff at Headflow Inc. YouTube channel. So I was looking at porting my own heads and I started watching some of his videos, and I know he's been watching my channel for a long time. I've seen his channel for a long time. And I started watching his videos on porting heads because I was like thinking, oh, well, maybe this would be something I would be interested in. And then I started looking at kind of how much work it is and decided I didn't want to do the work. So I hit up Jeff at Headflow Inc. and asked him if he would do a set of heads for me, and here they are. I still got to get the head studs, lifters, then like figure out what I want to do for an oil pan. I have the intake. I have some valve covers. So I think I just got to get like a gasket kit and a couple other things. And then I'll be able to do the final assembly on the engine. I have head gaskets and stuff. On my shoulder. Okay, so almost there. Alright, so these heads are factory 862 heads. So they are like a little bit grimy because they were actually just a reworked set of heads. So these are 862 heads. They do have the BTR 660 springs in them. They also have upgraded larger valves. I'm pretty sure the specs on the valve are the 2.07 inch valve and the 1.57. So they're the upgraded larger valve size, 862 head. The surface was remachined down. He said it has a 63.5 to 64 cc chamber, so that should bring the compression to about 10.5 to 1 with the pistons that I have. It's probably going to be kind of really hard to see inside there, but everything's all opened up real nice. Yeah, kind of difficult to see, but so he does have some videos on his channel of actually working on these heads, and I just realized he actually stamped A21 in the head on it, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, he does have some videos on his channel working on these and kind of talking about the process and what he's doing with these, so go check those out. Headflow Inc. Another thing he said he did was he took down the rocker lump inside of the intake ports, so I'll just have to remember to do like a thread sealant when I put the rocker bolt in there, but it does open up the intake ports a little bit. I can't remember what he said like a flow rate would be on these, but obviously they're going to be better than what I had on there, so, or a stock head. There should be higher compression, flowing better. It should just be an all-around better deal. So, all right, so that's all I got now. I did order a throttle body for the intake, blow-off valve, wastegates, so I'll be able to start working on that stuff. Probably going to order mufflers, V-bends, another loud valve, and then start working on the exhaust stuff. So hopefully that'll be the process over like the next month or so. I'll be able to start going over this junk. And as you can see over here, we got a bunch of garden stuff going on, so we've been working on that stuff a lot lately. So a lot going on, but we'll get through it. Thanks for watching.